this morning. You asked me quickly to introduce myself. So quickly, PwC trained, entrepreneur, worked in areas such as marketing services, advertising, PR, recruitment, training, publishing. We've had things like car dealerships, ski holiday businesses. Something of relevance because it's missing today is satire. And at one time I controlled a business called Spitting Image before I sold it. Ultimately, I believe, to the Conservative Party, but that's another story. Where I come from, it's very interesting. This absolutely plays to the way and the people that work with me work. We have kind of three criteria. We believe in listening to people, so excuse me talking. We believe in something called cut the crap and just getting on with life and not having unnecessary meetings. So this is pretty good news. And we have another thing, which is JFDI, which stands for Just Do It. So just do it, cut the crap, but listen to people so you understand, so you're aware of what's going on. Today, personally, I act as a board member or chairman of businesses that range in size from 8 people to 46,000 people. The businesses, the Non-Executive Directors Association is a small association we set up. It's got over 5,000 people involved in it now. It gets people's jobs, but more importantly, it encourages diversity of thought from having diverse members of boards. Our belief is that gets you better and more intelligent decisions. We have Emerald Wolf, which is the very well-known training business, and actually it's made absolutely zero difference to us, this fiasco that we're going through at the moment, because we've been training online for over 15 years. We have a publishing business, we have a PE firm, and we have a strategic consulting business. So what's happened so far? What's happened so far in the businesses is both the ones that we run and the ones that we advise is obviously cash is king. We all know that. People have made the point about communication mattering, and it does. And I agree with the point that it has to be done personally. Jan made the point it's best if it's done from the top, and so that there is at least a weekly broadcast from somebody saying, look, this is where we are, this is where we're going. It's important also, of course, to broadcast to clients, and we insist that at this time all the businesses we work with categorize their clients and really focus on account management. And it's okay, you've got to survive, so you've got to get your internal cash right, but you've also got to sort out that account management, and whoever is doing that at the moment is going to win, actually. And somebody was telling me yesterday in a meeting, oh, well, why can't we go and try and sell stuff to new people? And I said, because you'd be stupid. Effectively, it's like fishing. You've got the river. You might as well fish that stretch of the river that put your fly that the fish takes on that piece of the river and float it down. And if there are people in there that they might well take another fly off you, so put that one in as well. Get some more business out of existing people. This is the old Ansof's analysis stuff for benefit of Tim. Culture matters. I think it's very important. I was interested in Jan's comments, because if you now behave in a way that is against your culture, she was saying that you've got an inclusive culture, but people are now operating in a way which is not so inclusive. I think that can send a very bad message. And so actually the chief executive or whoever has to actually really stand behind their culture at this time and actually rigorously enforce it. Clarity, it's very important at this time to know who's in charge. It's also very important actually to encourage a lot of coaching in the business. In our training business, one of the big programs that we're having huge uptake on is a kind of how to coach people type program. And the people that are coming on it are the senior leaders of businesses who frankly should have done it earlier but didn't. And I would say that COVID has become an excuse to do things that perhaps make decisions that should have been made earlier. I think Jeremy was making that point, and I think he's absolutely right. So where do I think the next steps are? The planning stage, absolutely right. We've got if you take the kind of the strategic planning, Richard made the point that people should be changing their plans. Actually, very few businesses, in my experience, have a proper strategy. They have tactical approaches, but they don't actually have strategies. And strategy is simple. It's analysis, choice, implementation. It can be done very simply. People overcomplicate it. And one of the things that we're doing is making certain that all the businesses update their strategies. Interestingly, okay, we've got to survive, but this is going to be an extraordinary opportunity for the businesses that do. So what are they going to do about it going forward? From the recruitment businesses we work with and own, people are recruiting non-executive directors, and the accounting and legal spheres, people are now recognizing that having that extra level of wisdom on the boards really might have helped, or really would help, or maybe actually in a couple of businesses I'm aware of didn't help and therefore needs to be changed. So there's a real review of the NEDs sitting on boards. Senior management change. I thought that in most of the recruitment businesses we'd see a complete stop in business. Actually, there hasn't been. And it's interesting because it's a real opportunity. Chairmen are taking the opportunity to really sort out their boards, recognizing that things going forward are going to be different, and recognizing perhaps they haven't got the skills they need there. On the account management I've spoken about, training, in that space, there is suddenly a recognition that training has been done on a very sheep dip basis. In fact, somebody's gone on this program, somebody's gone on that. Whoever referred to the fact, I think it was Francesca, about how training is now suddenly being implemented across the board. Yes, the real driver behind the training that we're involved with is around consistency within office, across offices, within country, across countries. And people are taking the opportunity to drum that in and to do it from a knowledge-based perspective, and then put some coaching over the top, and I can talk about that more later. The new normal is actually what a business is doing. Of course, they're making certain they've got enough cash. They're also making certain that they've got enough credit lines to seize the opportunities that are going to come when it starts to calm down. And so we've got massive credit lines being arranged with banks at the moment and with other lenders in order for people to benefit from the M&A opportunities that are going to follow. The boards, as I referred to, they're being changed. They're planning. They're putting in place proper strategies. They're starting to also think about the way that they run their agenda. I noticed Jeremy talking about agendas. The boards that we work with now have 4 items on their agenda, and they are strategy, risk, people, performance, and that's it. And that way we have got complete consistency across all the boards that we're involved with. Richard.